Hello and welcome back to episode 4 on What If Civilization Started Over. If you're new here, well, salutations. And if you do not know what If Civilization Started Over is, it is an alternate history where civilization restarts in a new spot. Nations rise and fall until the entire world is eventually mapped out. So without further ado, let's begin. And at the end of the last video, we saw the Cognate of Tron invade Babylonia and Ur, fully annexing them and making a regional capital to govern over Sumer. And well, their expansion will not be slowing down this episode, as over here we are going to see the King of Tron decide to invade the third strongest nation on Earth, Urmia. As in the south, Irash will continue to have great success, not being able to be stopped by the troops of Urmia, being able to even cut this area off. While over in the vassal state, we are going to see General Darmius starting a smaller offensive, trying to reach up with Lake Urmia. While in the south, Irash will continue to have great success until he will start to be pushed back by none other than Pope Quatmus, as he will continue to see great success, killing most of Irash's troops, as they will be greatly demoralized, as we're going to start to see them start a flank and trying to encircle their troops. While over here, Darmius will link up with Lake Urmia, as he's going to now start an assault to Pope Quatmus, as the attack will catch the Pope by surprise, while Irash will be able to link up with Darmius. But on a hill on 2002 BC, we will see Pope Quatmus do what will be known as the Urmic Miracle, starting to push both Darmius and Irash back, splitting his forces into two, as some will say he will physically himself split into two, as we will see Irash be encircled, as Darmius will have to start to retreat back to his vassal state, while over here Cardinal Feb will continue to liberate much of the occupied areas, as Irash will be defeated in the encirclement, as he will be promptly executed. And now the tides have changed, as Urmia looks to be like they are about to go on the offensive, as Pope Quatmus will declare a crusade against Turan, as many nations will answer the call to arms, including many duchies, the Central Assyrian nations, and the duchies around the Lake of Ingalu. As over here in the vassal state, Pope Quatmus will continue to invade, as Darius will be forced to retreat out of the vassal state, as Darmius will start to garrison in Turan. As over here, Feb will start to invade the regional capital of Sumer to try to get the area to revolt, as he hopes of freeing the land and converting them to the religion. As after a grueling 3-year siege, the capital will fall, as they will start to invade the lands of the once great nation of Babylon. As over here, Pope Quatmus will start to get near Turan, as he will start to besiege the city with the help of thousands of troops from the Crusaders. Surrounding cities and villages will fall, as there seems to be no hope left, as Feb will continue to see no resistance until he reaches the province of Ur, which he will not be able to invade, as most of his invading forces will be repelled, as in the battle for the city of Ur, his entire army and himself will die. As over here, Pope Quatmus will take the city of Turan, and then will execute Darmus, as he has taken the most powerful city in the world. While over in Sumer, Urmia will continue to be repelled, as Urmia will be cut off from Babylon, as we are going to see the siege of the 4th most populated city in the world, where the troops will continue to hold out until after them being starved, they will finally surrender under a condition that they will get to not be executed and can live as slaves. While over here the north will fall, but over here in the capital of Urmic, a private plan between the Pope and the generals will be leaked to the entire Crusaders. On the stone tablet, it will say Pope Quatmus rigged the Pope election, getting himself in charge when a different cardinal was supposed to be the new Pope. As over here, we will see the Crusaders do something never seen before. They will switch on the crusade and decide to crusade against Urmia to get the heretic out of power. As over here, Hitilia, Litis, Trebizond, Georgia, and this brown Anatolian nation will join the counter-crusade, as they want to make their religion holy again. While over here, Crusader troops will start to rise up in support of Turan, as even people close to the Pope will start to rebel against him, as they will encircle the Pope, as Turan will fall back to Turanian hands, as even troops garrisoning this northern region will start to rebel, as eventually we can see the entire northern region following back to the Crusaders, while over here Pope Quatmus will see a quick relievement army, which his only goal is to evacuate the Pope from the region, as the Pope will retreat back to Ermic, while in the north of Turan, Yarmar and the Crusaders will kick Urmia out, as they will restart the invasion of Urmia, linking up with the lake, as they are going to reach the princedom, as they will continue splitting them into two, while over here the Crusaders will switch sides, decide to help Yarmar, as the region over here will start to be encircled. While looking at the Crusader armies, they will have occupied all of West Urmia, as they are also going to link up with Yarmar, encircling the capital of Ermic, as over here the city will start to be starved for food, while the south will surrender, and in the battle, Ermic will be captured, and Pope Quatmus will be executed, as we finally see the Great War of the Crusades will finally end. And let's take a look at the treaty. While in the treaty, Urmia will be left as a small state, not even encapsulating the entire lake, as the Scian nation will get a lot of Western Urmia, as in the south, we will see South Urmia return, as the princedom will gain independence, as this duchy will be freed under one condition, that it has to swear loyalty to Turan, as now Turan has proven itself to be able to come back from a time of crises and to even win the war, entirely destroying their arch nemesis of Urmia, making them a weak, small nation. While going over here to Bulgaris, we're going to see continued exploration trying to find new and more timberous lands, as we will see them entirely discover the South Danube, as we are going to see them go into modern-day Serbia and eventually Hungary, as they will return finding tons of riches and new lands to build on. While going over to Bulgaris, we're going to see that ever since Litis took over Thracia, the Thracian tribes were expelled, and so a young boy named Chimer will grow up learning to hate Litis and all the new nations, so eventually he decides the only way to beat the enemy is to become your own enemy. As a young man, he will start to go around all the tribes in his area, and he will eventually, over many years, he will unite them all into a tribal empire, as he even claimed himself to be the emperor of the entire continent of Bulgaris. As across the new lands, we're going to see many tribes start to settle down into large tribal conglomerate nations, which will eventually probably break apart, as we will even see some start to become full-on stable duchies, like over here in North Macedonia. But over here in Montenegro, they will split into three to be able to settle down easier. While over here, this Mediterranean Republic will start to send their own explorers out, as they're going to discover most of South Italy and finding this new land. As over here, this northern Albanian nation will also start to send some explorers out, discovering a lot of the Adriatic coast, even going up into Istria, where they will come back down and start to tell the world about these new lands, as even areas such as Syracuse will be discovered. As in the new areas of Italy, we're going to see these small little duchies form, even this one in Syracuse, which will become a pretty big Grand Duchy, as it will encompass the entire eastern portion of the island, while this Albanian nation will set up a colony in Italy and across the Adriatic. While over here in Turan, being funded by the Great Urmian Treasury, they will continue their rampage of exploring tons of Iranian territories, even going more into Central Asia, as two massive swaths of territory will be discovered by the Great Iranian Expeditionary Force. As over here, Turan will annex this massive swath of territory, making them probably double, if not triple the size of Hittilia, the second largest nation. As over here, for the last event, people from the west will start to arrive on ships and land on the shores, where they will start to raid the Anatolian nations, even starting to collapse many of them, as even Rhodes and Cyprus are not safe, as these raids will continue to decimate Cyprus, as the biggest city in Hittilia, Antioch, will be raided, as they will even go into Assyria, as even northern Egypt and lands in Israel such as Judea and the Phoenician areas will completely be raided and decimated, as after the Great Raids, which will mark the end of the Copper Age, we will see, especially in Anatolia, tons of new duchies be formed. As going over here to Israel, they will be completely Balkanized, as they will be split up into 5 states. But in Egypt, the opposite will happen, as King Khufu from the northern nation of Egypt will unite most of Egypt into the new Egyptian kingdom. While over here, Cyprus will lose most of its colonies, as over here, Rhodes will lose Mycenae, as the only country that did not lose all its colonies was Aegea. After the Great Raids, especially in Lower Anatolia, there will be great fascination on who were these people, where are they, and how can we get our revenge for completely decimating civilization. As thank you all for watching, and see you guys in episode 5. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Editor Unknown Geography here, and this episode was really fun to record actually. This episode was based off the Bronze Age collapse, but I decided how about we do the Copper Age collapse, to kind of shake it up a bit. I'm currently editing the video only one day after episode 3 came out, so this is why the episode is coming out pretty soon. I actually like recording these editor notes, so if there's not an end credit scene, I'm going to put an editor's note hopefully in every single one of the episodes, as it kind of gets a behind-the-scenes look of these episodes, and this episode was a pain to edit, but I got it done in about 3 hours, so not the worst thing on earth. I do not know when the next episode will come out after this, but hopefully it will come out in around 3 days, maybe a bit later, or hopefully earlier to be honest. So like and subscribe, and bye-bye.